I once had an incident with one of our talmidim in the school. So I was walking down the hallway and I saw Talmud was standing outside the class. So I said to him, "Why aren't you in class?" And he said, "Because I don't want to learn. I don't want to learn what they're learning in class." So what are they learning? Learning math. He said, "I don't want to learn math." Okay. So what do you want to do? He said, I don't want to do something else. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to go in. I don't want to learn. I said to him, "You don't want to learn it?" So he said, "No." So he said, "Wow, that's really, really amazing." He said, "What do you mean it's amazing?" He looks at me, "What do you mean?" I said, "I think you have an amazing opportunity." He said, "Well, what opportunity do I have?" I said, "You have an opportunity now to go and learn something you don't want to learn just because that's what the Seder is right now. That's what the Eibishter wants you to do. Right now, the Eibishter wants you to go and learn this math. So if you want to learn it, that's great. That's beautiful. Then you're learning it because you want to. Maybe you're also doing it because that's what you're supposed to, but you want to. But you know how happy the Eibishter becomes when you do something that you're supposed to do when you don't want to do it? He's much happier than if you do it because you want to do it. So because you don't want to do it, now you have a huge opportunity. If you go in the class now and sit down and do your math work, the Eibishter is going to be smiling like you've never seen before. He looked at me, "Really?" I said, "Absolutely." He ran into class, he went and learned. I think that if a kid goes out of a Shnas Alimudim with such a value, I don't care how much Gemara he learned, I don't know how much Chumash, Mishnah, Sichos. I think if such a concept is successfully ingrained in the mind and the heart of a child, I think it's the most successful Shnas Alimudim you can have. These values, these are the things that are going to help this person when he's a Bachar in Yeshiva, when he's a younger man in his own mishpacha, and when he's a shliach, a businessman, whatever he is. These are the values that the world doesn't have today. The concept that a person is given over, committed to doing something because that's what you're supposed to do. This is who you are. These are the values. And if you look a lot of the Rebbe's responses and sichos and things, even when the Rebbe responds to people, dilemmas and challenges, oftentimes it's kind of this idea. The Rebbe shifts the perspective. The person is saying, I don't like it. I'm in pain. It hurts. I'm upset. And this. And the Rebbe, instead of like dealing with the actual emotion that the person's having, he just shifts the view and essentially takes him out of himself and brings him into recognizing the shlichus, the achrayus, the opportunity, the schus that he has, and then say, "Ufgeheben," you're like, you're in a different place now. You can't get that in the world. The world doesn't have that. It doesn't
I
exist.
think just the opposite. I think the world today,
exactly. The world pushes you down.
Tells you how you're feeling, and therefore don't do what you don't want to do, and don't do something that makes you uncomfortable, and raises the generation or generations that way. And lav dafka are the results so pretty.
100%. I think you're saying it very politely, but I would say dafke lav.
No, it's actually an interesting concept because you hear the way people talk about how to deal with hardships. I mean, to me, it was always what people are talking about doesn't seem in line with, I guess, Torah values are very hard to, which page of Chumash and which Blat Gemara you're referring to. So I'll tell you the Torah values that I learned from the Rebbe. It seems if you read like you said, if you read the Igris, the Rebbe very much is pushing people, towards what's good for them as opposed to what they perceive to make them feel good in the moment, and flipping the conversation. And I think if it comes from a harsh way and you tell someone you're no good and therefore do kach l'kach, that's not really effective. But the Rebbe, I think, brings out how they have the ability to rise to the occasion. I think that's I mean, the letters that Rebbe's usually talking to adults, right? That are dealing with this.
You even have letters to kids.
Yeah, we just in the Hair for Kids magazine, we've been featuring letters to a letter to children every single month. Yeah. In the upcoming ones, a kid wrote to the Rebbe, "Is it true that the Rebbe speaks all languages?" And the Rebbe says, "No, unfortunately, I do not. I do not speak all languages." It's very interesting. The story that you said before that you told the child, it's a story of Samach Tzedek. I think. That he said,
Fill me in.
I think it was at Tzemach Tzedek.
Oh, that he said, "Was soll ich tun, als ich will
Yeah,
yellen."
Chassid said he doesn't have a
yeah,
cheshek
yeah,
to learn.
yeah.
And Tzemach Tzedek said,
Yeah.
what should I do that I do have a cheshek?
Correct.
You have an
I mean,
advantage.